Hello. This car was pulling to the left while braking, so I checked the brakes, and this is what I found. A pin that slides the brake caliper on the caliper carrier is stuck. The left side is braking with full force, and the right side is partly stuck, so the car is pulling to the left. After all, it was not so bad. I didn't wrestle much with it. No trace of grease on the pin, and rust is developing, preventing movement. Somebody could say those brakes are neglected. Come and drive on those salty winter roads where I live, and then we can talk. There are different types of brakes, but in general, cars can have either drum or disc brakes. The disc brake calipers can have pistons on both sides of the disc, like this one here. Two pistons on each side. The caliper is in a fixed position over the turning disc. As long as both pistons move freely, they are pressing on the pads and then the disc with equal force while braking. The second type of brake calipers has one or two pistons pressed out of the bore or bores from one side only. This kind of brake caliper is floating on two pins on a caliper carrier. Obviously, those pins must be lubricated and protected against elements with a rubber booth. The caliper carrier is in a fixed position over the brake disc. Those are mounting points for the caliper carrier. The piston or pistons are on one side only. When the piston is pressed out of the bore and through the pad presses the disc, the opposite force is pressing the whole caliper in the opposite direction. The whole caliper moves with the pins in the caliper carrier, therefore the opposite side of the caliper is pressing on the disc through the pad. I brush the opening in the caliper carrier. Unfortunately, I don't have a new pin, so I wire brushed the old one and will use this specialty grease on it. Just a bit. I do not pack the hole with grease, cause this will prevent the pin's free movement. Rubber booth, and into the hole it goes. As you can see, the pin is moving nicely inside. The bolt holding the caliper to the pin. Another reason for pulling brakes could be rust on the pad's edges or dust buildup on the sliding surface. I will clean those surfaces and just touch them with grease. Careful here not to transfer any grease to the pad's working surface or to the disc. Another reason could be the piston inside the caliper. It can develop rust that will prevent movement. I can verify its condition using such a spreader. The lever on this thing is short for a reason. The piston should move easily inside. When you must use more force to move it, then there is a problem. Next thing to check when we are here is the condition of this rubber seal. The torn seal will introduce moisture and dust that will ruin the piston. Stainless slides cleaned of buildup. I touch pads' edges with ceramic grease. Just touch. Grease and brake surfaces are enemies. Other reason for a car pulling to one side could be worn tires, low tire pressure, wheel alignment, or worn suspension parts. Till next time.